Live. Yeah, there we are. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm making sure I was live there for a second. This is Melody. I'm with the Eureka Springs channel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. And today I wanted to focus on some new faces that are here in Eureka Springs, in particular Miss Lex Lancaster, who is a personal coach, business consultant, and dance instructor. If that's not enough, I don't know. I'm waiting to see what other titles she might have, but we wanted to check in with her today to focus on her and let you guys out in the community learn a little bit more about her. So let's get Lex onto the screen. Hi, Lex.
Hi, Melody. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I spouted off all of your titles, and I was wondering, are there any more?
That's good.
That's enough, right? All right. So let's just dive into this because a lot of people have met you already. You've made your presence known and you've been involved in a lot of different things. Could you tell everybody that's listening today a little bit about your background and really what brought you to this community?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I first found Eureka Springs, I guess maybe it was 4 years ago or so. I was traveling and honestly just kind of stumbled upon it. I think as many people do, found myself here. And I was here for just maybe 2 days. I was actually traveling across country and yeah, I just passed through Eureka Springs. But something about it stuck with me. I just really loved like the beautiful, lush nature that I found, how green it is and the creeks and the lakes and just the people and how inclusive and forward thinking it was. So Eureka Springs just, yeah, kind of bookmarked into my brain. And then when my partner and I were looking to stop traveling and actually settle down, we came here. And this is home.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of an ongoing theme for people. They come here for a couple of days and they all start looking around and wondering, I wonder if I could live there and do something, right? But you've been pretty active in the corporate world. I know. Let's dive into a little bit about that and some of the consulting work that you do and some of the personal coaching. What would you like for people to know about that particular part of you?
Sure. Yeah, yeah. I have a kind of a diverse background. But when I lived in California for almost 10 years, I did work kind of like in the corporate life for a bit. But when I sort of was transitioning out of that, I started my own business as a personal coach, an empowerment coach. And really, it started from being a dancer and starting as being a personal trainer, and then thinking about, okay, wellness is more than movement is wonderful and super important, but it's more than just that. It's also about all the, excuse me, all the dimensions of wellness. So that's kind of where I got into wellness coaching, and it just really kept evolving from there as I saw need, which is how I got into being a personal coach, and then also a professional business consultant. So I use my background as content marketer and kind of background in terms of being able to execute business things just from my different
Mm-hmm.
experiences
Mm-hmm.
into helping with business consulting. So there's sort of two sides in terms of being a personal coach, and I've helped people, start a business. I've helped people, work towards like different lifestyle goals or wellness
Mm-hmm.
goals,
Mm-hmm.
relationship goals,
Right.
and yeah, it's sort of multidimensional. Yeah, there's a photo
There
there.
you are in action, right? Yeah, I've noticed that part of the reason I met you was actually with the Main Street Eureka Springs, where you kind of dove in as sort of a leadership role there as well, along with Jacqueline Wolven, and have been putting on classes and workshops, so to speak, to help benefit people here in the community. And here you are at Main Street Eureka Springs. Giving counsel to people who are looking to start a business, correct? Is that what you were doing here?
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
they already have a wonderful business. And so we collaborate on some different work projects. And yes, we were discussing some copywriting and web design things with
Yeah,
their page. Mhm.
right. Well, I was just wondering about, I was thinking about you the other day and I thought, well, I wonder how in the world she chooses what she's most passionate about because you seem to have a lot of interest. They're pretty diversified. And what comes to mind when I ask that question for you? What are you most passionate about?
That's a great point. Yes, I know on paper, my resume can look like wow, what does this girl do? Um, but I think, and probably like a lot of people, I have a lot of interest. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, that's what keeps me fueled is being able to feel balanced in myself, which for me is both like doing doing computer work, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
doing things that are like businessy and also doing things that are like off screen and more into like dancing and performing arts. So
Right.
I've always had those two sides of me, but really it's the same. I'm the
Yeah.
same person.
Yeah.
But even when I worked in corporate life, I was still a dancer, as a performer and a dance teacher, sort of like on the
Yes.
side, so to speak. But
Yeah.
it's really fun to have that part of me come out even more here,
Mm-hmm.
given that Eureka is such a a creative community. It really, I feel like it allows those of us who want to be who wear multiple hats. We get to do that here.
I think everybody in Eureka wears multiple hats, to be honest with you. I think it's a theme here for us. A beautiful shot here of you you're in the dance part of Lex. How would you do? I'm seeing ballet shoes. Would you describe your? Is that where you mostly land? Is in the ballet world?
So yeah, so I'm wearing pointe shoes here. I've most of my experience as a professional dancer has been contemporary dance.
Mm-hmm.
However, I've taught all forms of dance, really, ballet, jazz, modern, contemporary, creative movement, all sorts of things. But with House of Burlesque, which is really a really
Mm-hmm.
fun performance opportunity.
Yes.
I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing obviously burlesque, but then also contemporary and point, like you saw in that last photo.
Yeah.
And I would also say that, I also love teaching all those various styles as well as performing. So that's also something that I'm excited about doing more
Okay.
of here.
All right. So you want to talk about a little bit about that? I'm teaching. I know you're going to be at the Eureka Springs Community Center with some dance classes and movement. Any other personal ambitions beyond the community involvement at this point, or what's that look like for you?
Yeah, yeah. So I have been sort of teaching here and there. What I'm really excited to share is that Charlie France, she's the producer of House of Burlesque. She is opening a dance studio, and I'm working with her to open a studio here in Eureka Springs. It's called House of Movement Eureka, or
Oh,
Home for
oh
short.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, and that will be opening in June. So we're working on getting the schedule together, where we're teaching both adult and children classes. And the whole focus there is really to provide a welcoming, safe place for a variety of dance styles.
I love that. House of Movement. Is that what you said?
House of
Okay. All
Movement
right.
Eureka.
All right. Well, that'll be exciting. And when y'all get your doors open, we'll have to come back on and tell us a little bit about some of those things that you're going to be offering with her. Um, I will love the fact that you've dove into Eureka Springs, as most people do when they get to Eureka Springs. Everybody that moves here always has a passion about what they do. I think that we are a town of some of the most creative individuals, some of the most diverse individuals that I think I've ever, any place I've ever lived. And you certainly fit right into all of those things. I think that how do you feel like you want to continue to engage? Do you feel like you're going to continue with the personal coaching side here locally? Is that something you want to continue? I know opening another business is a big deal. Ends up taking a lot of your time. I can speak from experience on that one. Are you going to continue with some of the other coaching opportunities here locally as well?
Yeah, I think for me it always will be a balance of like doing dance, so teaching and performing, and also, yes, still doing the work that is outside of dance. So coaching, I'm actually in grad school right now, so I'm studying systemic therapy, which really lends itself to coaching, but more so by the end of the program, by the end of my residency and sitting for the board exam and all the good things, I'll be a therapist. So it's sort of, I feel like all of these sort of domino pieces have been
Mm-hmm.
leading me to do that, to become a therapist.
Yeah.
And I see that both in like marriage and family, but also, individual, and also like systemic therapy really can apply to businesses too, because
Mm-hmm.
it's all organization, whether it's a professional
Right.
organization or a family organization. It's all multifaceted. So
Yeah.
yes, continuing to
I could
evolve that
see.
part.
Yeah, I could see where you completely could fall into the organizational psychology part of your experience. I could totally see that for you. And when will you be finished and be ready to do that? You have a timeline on that as well?
It'll be a couple years.
Couple of years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good deal. Right. Well, we'll look forward to that as well. Who knows? You may want to hang a shingle up here in Eureka Springs, just to hang a sign up somewhere for that. But it's certainly it's a needed skill set for most all of the areas of the country, but more specifically in small towns. So it'll be exciting to see you be a part of the fabric of that as well for us. Well, Lex, welcome to Eureka Springs. Welcome to the passion and the creativity that is a part of you, a part of everywhere you look. And we're so grateful that you came here and you're a part and you're giving back the way that you are. Where can people find out more about you if they want to dive a little bit deeper and maybe engage with you in some way? Where can people find out about you more?
Yeah, sure. I'm on social media, so Facebook and Instagram, just my name, Lex Lancaster.
Okay.
And then I'm also on LinkedIn, not as often, but I'm on LinkedIn.
You're here.
And then by email, that works as well too.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll say this: if you anything you'd like to share with people as far as your links and all those sorts of things, if you'd like to, just put those in the comments of this show, in the comments below after the show is over, so that people can connect with you in any way that you would like for them to. And again, congratulations for finding Eureka Springs, and I think we're the true winner on that one. So glad you found us, and glad you're here.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been like such a joy to be here. I'm continuously inspired, just like by the town and by everybody I meet here. It's a wonderful place to call home.
Good. Hope you're here for many, many years. Thanks for joining us today and sharing a little bit about yourself. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I love that we are able to speak with some of the people that are moving here. If you know of someone that's moved here to Eureka Springs and they're anxious to get engaged with the community, tell them about the Eureka Springs channel, and maybe they would like to come on and talk to us a little bit about what they're doing here locally. And I'd like to give a big shout out to one of our big sponsors for this year, our Eureka Springs City Advertising and Promotion. And I've got a little message that they wanted to share with you guys, so tune in right quick. Here we go. Find the right button. There we go. And we'd like to give another shout out to everybody that wants to check out what's going on here in Eureka Springs. You can always go to our website, eurekasprings.channel.com, and find out all of the things that are going on. And also a big shout out to our sponsors this year. We have also, let's see, hang on, I'm going to get that off. I'm going to get this right here in a minute. We have Eureka Springs Channel. We've got sponsors that are coming on this year. We have the Wonderoo Lodge and Gravel Bar. We have Eureka Live, which is a downtown nightclub that you want to be sure and check out. We also have Travelers Inn, who are a big sponsor, as well as McGarrity's Restaurant. All these people that are helping make our show possible, we'd like to thank you for supporting us. And of course, most especially, we'd like to thank you that are out there watching us and encouraging us to keep this going. We try to keep as much information about Eureka Springs as we can. It's a daily task, and we certainly appreciate you guys watching us. I often tell people, I'm not Oprah Winfrey. I'm not a professional interview. I'm just me. I fumble all over my words and punch different buttons wrong all the time. But I think most people tell me that makes me more relatable because I'm very human. And so we appreciate you guys watching and being patient with my limited skill set in what I'm doing here. But I'm just passionate about where I live. I want people to know about this place that I love as home. And so hopefully if you haven't met Eureka Springs, maybe you will soon. So thank you guys for watching us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.